want to share a story about something really embarrassing that happened to me that I've just not been able to shake. About a week ago, we went to go to San Diego. It's like 3 hour drive from Los Angeles to go see the Green Day concert. Fantastic show, by the way. Love Smashing Pumpkins too. Uh, the day of, we were looking for things to do, and we thought it'd be really cool to go on a SEAL tour. And it's these big boats that or big car boat things that are like amphibious that can drive on land and also go straight into the water and like the ocean and do a tour in one of the bays in San Diego. And I thought that'd be a lot of fun. So we did that. Great. But the embarrassing part is, so it's a Saturday in San Diego. It's quite busy. It's beautiful out, it's usually beautiful in San Diego anyway. But it was warm out. It was beautiful. We drive to the place. We got to check in. We have like 20 minutes to get to the check-in, and we have some time. I'm driving around looking for parking. There's none anywhere. Parking lots are closed down. It says lot full. I'm like, oh no, what are we gonna do? So I drop Rachel off, and I say, hey, go check in for us. Let's at least do that. And then I told the kids to get out too. I was like, hey, get out, stay with mom. I drive around looking for parking. Couldn't find any. And I was like, you know what? Might as well just go to the valet because there's valet nearby. And I pull up through it, and I'm like, hey, $15 for valet for 3 hours is not bad. Like, with the $5 tip, that's still cheaper than like just a regular parking spot in Los Angeles. So I was like, that's totally fine. So I pull into valet. They're kind of busy, obviously, because there's no parking anywhere. So they're like, hey, they took my information. I put the key on the dashboard. And then I quickly ran to the SEAL because I had to get on the tour. The tour was going to start. And if you haven't been on one of the SEAL tours before, they pretty much drive on land to where the loading bay is to get into the ocean, and then it goes into the water. Here's the embarrassing part. So we drove our minivan, and I put a key on the dashboard when I left. And then didn't hear from them. I thought everything was cool. They're probably just going to move it a little bit. This is the key I put on the Honda Odyssey. They called me as we're entering the water and said, hey, do you have the Honda Odyssey they dropped off? I said, yeah, that's me. What's up? They're like, do you have the key? I was like, I left the key on the dashboard. They're like, yeah, we have a key, but it's not for your vehicle. And I was like, oh man, I'm just now getting into the actual ocean. I don't know what to do. This is the Honda key. That was still with me. This one I left behind, even though my Ford was at home in Los Angeles. So here's my minivan, just sitting in the valet line, blocking traffic of it all. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. The guy on the phone was actually really great. He's like, you know what? We'll take care of you. We got this. I was like, are you so sure, man? I feel awful. I feel terrible. I honestly don't know what to do. It's not like I can just like Uber back to you or something or get off. I'm like literally in the water on the SEAL tour, and the valet's nearby, so they know what the SEAL tour is. And man, it keeps bothering me. I tell them, hey, you know what? The tour is only 60 to 90 minutes. As soon as it's over, I'll run back to you. I'll move it right away. I'm so sorry. And like, no, we got it. So the tour was like 85 minutes or something like that. So I run over, get to the car. They were amazing. They put a little cone behind it and said, use the other lane for pulling through. I'm lucky that the valet lane was really wide to fit 2 vehicles at once. And they were amazing, actually. So I was very appreciative, and I pretty much tipped more than what the actual parking cost. I tipped them $25 on a $15 parking valet because I was just so grateful, because this mistake could have cost me a lot more money, and it could have also ruined pretty much our day, because that would have been like if our vehicle got towed. I don't know if we would have made it to the Green Day concert 2 hours later, because I would have had to track down where my car was and getting that out, and hopefully on a weekend I can get it. If anyone's had their car towed before, they know how much of a pain in the ass that can be to get. So I was very grateful that they were so accommodating to my dumbass. And while no one's talked about it since it happened, I've thought about it every day since, and it's really bothered me.